I'm so glad you could join me here today. Today we'll be doing a nice little interesting painting. I hope you could follow along with me. Let me run the colors across the screen that you'll need to paint along with me. While you're doing that, let me explain what I got done up here. I have a 16 by 20 inch canvas, pre-stretched, double primed, and I added a thin layer, or before the thin layer, I grabbed a little bit of um, burnt umber and acrylic paint. Let me see if that focus. Nope. It's just burnt umber, cheap acrylic paint, and I mixed it between black and white to get different values. After all that dried completely, I added a thin layer of liquid white. Right after that, it's slick, it's wet, it's ready to go. Now, I'm gonna tap my 2-inch brush into a little bit of phthalo blue. Phthalo blue is nice, vibrant color. Just tap my bristles. And that thin layer of liquid white does two things. It allows the paint to move easily, but since it's so thin, you can still see underneath all your gesso, well, not even gesso, your acrylic painting. And if you're curious what I use to do it, I use a flat brush. Just quick, easy flat brush. Nothing special. And yeah. So it's just a matter of preparing the canvas beforehand. But it's really fun to work with these. Phthalo blue is a transparent color, so it's easy to see through. But if I start adding white to it, it starts becoming less transparent because of titanium white, or any white for the matter, is opaque. Let me zoom in just so the camera won't focus on my face, because I saw that in the last video. The camera was focusing on my face, and that was the last thing I wanted. There, just scrubbing on. However, you can get that paint on there. A little bit of titanium white. And let's make this like little sunlight. Just tap it on my brush, titanium white. Maybe it's a little ray of light. And just blend it out. There. Just getting a little more phthalo blue. And just scrubbing it. There. Just like that, you have yourself a nice little sky. Or actually, let me just go into a little bit of Prussian blue. Very little. I want to darken up those corners. Phthalo blue is also a transparent color, so it works just fine. Don't be scared to use colors like these. If I'm not mistaken, on your paint tube it should say whether it's transparent or opaque. If I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong though. Okay, after that, let's go ahead and start working in the trees and all that good stuff. So I'm gonna grab a good old number 6 fan brush. I'm gonna take it through midnight black and phthalo green. Midnight black, phthalo green. Maybe a little sap green. Load up your brush. Let's come up here and you're basically just following that outline. I think those are behind, if I'm not mistaken. Shoom. Shoom. Let's use this one. And it just saves you time when putting the gesso and all that good stuff before. saves you time while painting, not beforehand. All right, let's come up here. There. Just using the corner of the brush and pushing the bristles upwards. There we are. There, load up my brush a bit more and just go at it. Very simple. There. Okay, now let me go ahead, load up my brush even more, full of paint. Let's come up here. There we are. This one's a big tree. Big tree. It got the vitamins, got enough sunlight, enough shade, got the perfect world. There we are. Leave it down in the comments, guys, if you guys like seeing more this style where I already have the canvas with gesso, or if you guys like it when I freestyle it with the blank canvas, not knowing where I'm going. Both styles are interesting ways. Now, the reason why I'm not painting these backgrounds is because I want I just want them to stay as distant. I'm just gonna zoom in. I'm testing the same app from last time, so I'm gonna move over here to the other side. I just don't want it to focus on me. I want it to focus on the painting. Okay, no, I gotta be on the other side. I thought I could pull that off. There. Just let the brush do all the work for you. I'm lazy. Very lazy with this. There. And I believe these trees were in the background the whole time, so I don't have to worry about those much. Let's go ahead. Let me grab a little bit of sap green and cadmium yellow. Load up your brush full of color, full of paint. Maybe a dash of liquid white. Just a tiny splash. Just to thin it out a bit. And look how full of paint this brush is. If I can get it to focus. These stuffs are not focusing. But you can tell right there how full it is. Now, let's come up here and just very lightly. Since I put the light to be over here, I'm putting most of the light highlights on this side, and I'm gonna let it fade out just like so. There. Let it fade into nothing, into darkness. There. That's simple. Load up your brush again. A little more color. Now, let's go for that big tree in the middle. There. That tree should have been done with the 1-inch brush if I really wanted it to be big. Okay, just tap the corner of the brush. It'll do all the work for you. You don't have to worry about a thing. There. Just tap, tap, tap. And just let it fade off to nothing. Okay. Really just letting it blend. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, let me zoom out a bit. There. Now I gotta finish off the other tree. So just load up your brush completely. And let's come up here and just hit those sweet spots. Now, if you want it to stick on better, add some liquid white. It'll do the trick. It will do the trick. But it becomes less subtle. I'll tell you that much. There. There we are. Just pop it in. There. Something like so. Just getting the basic idea. I'm going to go into my brush dried up. A little bit of Prussian blue on my 2-inch. A little bit of crimson. Just a crazy mixture of both. Gives me a nice lavender color. Nice dark lavender. And just like so. There. Just load up your brush and get that paint in there. There we are. Now, I'm going to load up the green color I had on my palette. Just tap it onto my brush. Tap, tap, tap both sides. And there. We'll start making some spots darker and lighter. I know this lavender won't darken it up for us, but we'll do that manually. There. Just tapping your brush. I could hardly even see what was under here. I just realized I left out a tree. So let's go back and do that poor guy. Right here. There we are. I just noticed till now. I was like, oops. Oops, oops, oops. Okay. A little bit liquid white just to allow that paint to stick on better. There. Okay, a little bit of black. Need a little darker. There. That one's kind of a messy one, but it's alright. No one will know. Okay. There. Just tapping in a few little light, sunlight. Now, I'm going to go into some of that black color and some of that green. Okay, let's come up here. Some base color. Well, not base color, but darker color. Okay. And let's get somewhere in between where we can blend the two together. There. Like a transition. There we are. That looks nice. Now, let me zoom out. Let me just fix this real quick. There we are. And all I'm going to do, let's go ahead, let's do in that tree. So I'm going to grab Alizarin Crimson and Sap Green. Mix it up on my palette. Give me a nice brown color. And a little touch of black, just to darken it. Okay, load it up in my fan brush. Just load up my fan brush full of this brown color. Just put it in. Don't think about it too much. There we are. And then also I gotta do the same for this other tree. Shoom. Shoom. There we are. Now, I'm going to add some white to my brown color. Little touch of liquid white, just to thin it out as well. And shoom. Just a little highlight. Okay. Just a few little sparkles. Some black, just to have some shadows. There. Now, let me go into some of that dark color and just tap it in using the corner of my 2-inch. This tree needs a couple of leaves. It would have been harder if that tree had texture. Okay, let me just no, you know what? I was gonna try to get away with just highlighting my cabin, but chose not to. Chose not to after all. Okay. Let me just mix up a color since I'm running out of dark browns. There we are. That's like one of our least things to worry about since it's all in the back. Some white. There. There we are. Okay. Now I gotta mix up a new brown color because that one's too light. Just to kind of contrast it so that shed doesn't look all light. Just mixing up nice brown. Ooh, that looks gorgeous with that underneath one. And when those two blend, ooh. There. Okay. And I'm gonna add a little bit of Prussian blue just to darken it up. Add a little, you know what? Do these little pieces just to kind of separate. There. There we are. Okay. And let me just try to separate this. Should have done this before, would have been easier. Okay. I'm just going to add in more shadows here. Kind of make it seem like I never forgot to do that in the first place. There. Just fix all the trees, really. Okay. Some of that light. There. Something like so. You can always go back and work. Don't be scared. Tap in a little cadmium yellow on my 2-inch. And just tap in couple of leaves. There. You're in there. There we are. Now, before I get too far, let me add in a little phthalo blue and Prussian blue. And let's come up here. I had a bush. You can still kind of see it a bit. Did not forget about that. And also, I had a nice path. Okay. There we are. Just something light where it catches the eye. Okay, let me load up my 2-inch brush and just there. Let me add a little bit of liquid white. That will help with this. Some bright red. Let's change up the colors a bit. There we are. Maybe some orange. Maybe some orange growing up over here. Let me scratch in some sticks and twigs. There. Now, oh, before I forget, I remembered one last thing. Some phthalo blue, phthalo green, what the heck, maybe even some sap green. Not phthalo blue, Prussian blue. And right here, shoom. And few leaves you see, few leaves you don't. It's a half naked tree. There. A little bit of red just to balance out some of that light brown color. And really just putting like a little indication of a branch or something. And cadmium yellow, little sap green. There. And with that, you have a completed painting. I really hope you enjoy this video. Try this painting out. If you try it, send me an email. I would love to see what you create. Excuse me. From all of us here, I'd like to wish each and every one of you the best of luck, and I'll see you in the next video. Until then, take care, my friend, and goodbye.